Meeting is being live streamed.
that you are the vice chairperson. Attorney Dana Aramillo, regular member. Ms. Josephine Atiere, regular member, attending by Zoom. And Mr. Eric Maculangan, provisional member. Likewise, when in attendance, head and members of the technical working group, head and members of the back secretariat. On the part of the prospective bidders, we have representatives from Pacific Office Solutions Incorporated, ASX Trading, Pacific Sun Solutions Incorporated, Dual Air Incorporated, Asia France Commodities Corporation, Interworld Enterprises, and Elecon Philippines Incorporated. For the air conditioning units, Trademark Network Corporation, MCS International Incorporated, Dual Air, Acme Office Systems Philippines, FMD Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Services, Innova Life Incorporated.
Thank you, Mr. Corporation. There's a form with the PGCS number 023-2022 of order.
We have two items in our agenda, Mr. Chair. Number one is the approval of the minutes of the previous BAC meetings. HO-BAC-PGCS number 014-2022, dated 24 February 2022. Letter B is HO-BAC-PGCS number 015-2022, dated 2 March 2022. Number two item in the agenda is the credit conference for the supply and delivery of HEPA certified air purifiers phase 2, surface treatment of metal roof at the PKE head office motor pool building, and supply delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of air conditioning units for port management offices.
Thank you, Mr. Justice. Let's proceed to the first item on our agenda, the approval of Mr. W. Santos.
Kami naka
Tagalog. Parang nabasa ko dun sa Big Mac. Alex. As indicated, none as indicated. Ito yung things, gamitin natin. Yes, none.
natin dito. Wala. Wala si Marinig.
Kaya, ang gamitin natin. None.
There in the HO-BAC-PGCS number 014-2022, and the February 24 and 22, and in the HO-BAC number 015-2022, yeah, that's part 2, 2022. Are you guys good? And then just repeat the next item right there.
For the supply and delivery of HEPA certified air purifiers phase 2, the project was posted on the PGA and PGX website on March 4, 2022, with an approved budget for the contract of 10 million pesos. For this project, we have the first on the list, prospective bidder, Pacific Office Solutions Incorporated, represented by Jonah May Nono.
Pacific Office, can you hear me?
Good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon. Can you turn on your camera? Pacific Office.
Good afternoon po. Ayan, sir, sorry, medyo may
Pacific Office.
setting po ng audio niyo po.
Can you turn on your camera? Pacific Office. Pwede pa ako sa camera?
Ay, sige po, sir. Maliwanag lang po.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for us?
Yung sila yung
Question for us? Do you have any questions?
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Pia Beltran po from Pacific Office.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Sir, medyo mahina po kasi yung dating po ng audio niyo, sir, eh.
Do you have any questions?
naghihinap.
Do you have any questions? May tanong. Do you have any questions?
Ano lang po sir, paloud na lang po nung speaker kasi medyo mahina po talaga yung dating niya sir.
Do you have any questions? May tanong ba kayo?
Everyone mo na lang para ano.
Sir, good afternoon. This is Jonah po from Pacific Office Solutions. Medyo sabog po kasi sir yung sound. Kaya hindi po maintindihan. I think halos kami pong nasa online yun po yung naririnig if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Ronald Dasha from ASX. I second the motion, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Wala pang motion.
Wala tanong? Nag-message ba?
Wala po eh.
Sir, yun lang po yung concern namin sir, is the yung sound po coming from your microphone po. Medyo sabog lang po siya.
May tanong po kayo.
Hindi pa rin. Wala, hindi pa rin. Hindi pa rin ako madinig. Isigaw lang ako. May tanong po kayo.
Ma'am, for Pacific Office Solutions po, wala naman po yung question. Yung concern lang po namin is the microphone if ever po. Thank you po.
The next prospective leader, ASX Trading, represented by Mr. Ronald Dasha.
Good afternoon, Sir Chairman.
Thank you. Can you turn your camera?
Sir, medyo hindi po clear yung audio nyo.
Can you turn on your camera? Okay. Do you have any questions? Sir, kayo naman ang walang mic.
Nakamute po kayo.
Sir, do you have any questions?
On the technical, sir, is it okay because your requirement is 4 liters for the humidifier?
What's your question?
Regarding on the technical specs of humidifying tank,
Yes.
your requirement is 4 liters.
Is our requirement 4 liters?
Your
Yes,
requirements, yeah. If we submit much bigger, are you going to accept it?
well, that's the minimum, correct?
That's the minimum. Okay. Then how about for the weight, sir? Is that the maximum or the minimum?
End user?
Is that regarding on the weight?
One moment, I'm asking the end user. End user, is the weight the minimum, the maximum? Ha? Anong weight nakalagay, Philo?
11, sir.
Kilogram.
Yes, sir.
So, end user, is that the minimum or okay, is that the minimum or the maximum? Maximum? Sir, did you hear me?
Diyan lang yan pa. Wait.
Hindi clear, sir.
That's the maximum.
Max, sir, if we are proposing kasi more than 4 liters yung humidifying tank. Is it okay if we exceed like 15 kg? Are you going to accept it?
Okay. Currently, the TOR requires is 11 kilograms. So after this meeting, the back will discuss the request, and then should we grant your request, we will issue a bid bulletin. Pero as of now, 11 kilograms ang maximum.
Yeah, kasi our humidifying tank maximum is 13 liters.
Okay. We note that, pero hindi kasi sasabihin lang namin na we agree to your request. Kailangan na baguhin din yung TOR namin. So we will have to discuss that matter.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Any other questions?
May I ask how much is the bid documents?
$10,000.
Noted, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Perfect. Ryan.
The next is Pacific Sun Solutions Incorporated with Sabrina Moralde.
Good afternoon po.
Yes, yeah.
Regarding po naman sa TOR, wala naman po akong any questions, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dual Air Incorporated with Ivy Guzman.
Dual air.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Okay, turn your camera.
Sir, I have a question regarding the TOR.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, regarding kasi dito sa TOR natin, like yung sinabi kanina ni ASX, if we're going to offer a higher capacity of 4 liters, definitely the weight tataas din. So,
Yeah.
I think, is it much better to state here in your technical specs that this is the minimum requirements, not a maximum requirements? Because if we're going to put it on maximum, maybe there's one brand that can comply everything here on your technical specifications.
Ano maximum? What are you referring to, the maximum, the weight?
Yes, sir. Actually, lahat naman kasi, sir, ito, iba-iba naman kasi, sir, yung gawa ng mga air purifier natin. Magkakaibang technology. So, if you put here, katulad dito, sir, na nakikita ko dito, lahat kasi, sir, ito nakalagay, may mga maximum kayo eh. So, kung pwede lang naman, sir, gawin natin siyang minimum instead of maximum.
Yung weight, you mean?
Yes, sir.
We will note your request, and as I stated earlier, we will need to amend our TOR to grant your request.
Okay, sir.
Request, if it the end user is ito yung specs na.
Okay, sir. Sir, another question. Why do we need humidifier on our air purifier?
Well, yun yung itagamit ng end user. Bakit kailangan
Humidifier on the air purifier
humidifier yung air purifier natin?
while there is a need. Why is there a need?
Sino to? Okay. Okay, can you read out the objective?
Hi, ma'am. Nasa objectives naman, ma'am, yung ito namin for procuring air purifiers.
Bakit ay
Hello? Ma'am, medyo hindi lang clear yung audio niyo, ma'am. Medyo putol-putol.
Okay po. Ma'am, yung
Hello?
Hello?
Dito ka kaya, Bismay.
bakit daw may humidifier?
Dito kaya kayo. Wala na.
Sino company? Dual air. Okay. Yung the requirement of my humidifier is part of the requirement na prepare ng ASD namin na consolidated requirements ng lahat ng PMO. Yung explanation sa akin is kasi enclosed areas mga to, so they decided that important na may humidifier din. So as such, it's part of our requirement. Okay?
Okay. Sir, since your purpose of your bidding for the air purifier, this is because of the COVID-19, because of the pandemic. So that's why we required air purifier. Is it okay na I can offer a air purifier separate ang aking humidifier? Is it okay or it must be built in since hindi naman naka-specify on your technical specs that this must be built in?
Well, we're purchasing one device kasi na merong air purifier and humidifier. Medyo magulo kung we start allowing separate devices kasi nakalagay sa TOR namin na one device and ito yung specs ng device na yon. So, to grant your request, kailangan namin baguhin ang entire TOR. So, well, we'll note na nagre-request ka kung pwede bang separate. Pero once again, we will have to discuss that as a back afterwards. Should we decide to grant your request, a bid bulletin will be issued. Kung wala, we will be sticking to our specs. Okay? Dual air, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Okay. And then, sir, for your filters, kasi meron ka ditong filter type, dust collection. So, how many filters do you require from your air purifier? How many layer?
Dust, HEPA, carbon. Ano yung tatlo? Dust, HEPA, and carbon. Okay. Dual air, nakalagay sa specs, nakalagay ng filter type for dust collection, deodorization, pre-filter, humidifying, and deodorizing. Deodorizing na yun. Okay. So, itong tatlo. Filter yung humidify. Filter, okay. So, under our technical specs, nakalagay filter type for dust collection, filter type deodorization, filter type pre-filter, and filter type humidifying. Okay?
Kasi sir, meron ka dito ionization eh. So, dapat sir, nakasama yung ionization mo sa filter type.
Well, considering that it's already part of the technical specifications, you will need to comply with that. So either it's a spec or a filter type, it is a part of the requirement of the air purifier. Okay? So either way, required siya. Nakasulat naman din dito. Pero we will discuss with the end user kung kailangan namin mag-issue ng bid bulletin. Pero as it stands, one of the specs is ionization. If you're saying it's a filter and they're saying it's a requirement, well, same banana, it's required. Okay? Dual air?
Okay, noted, sir. Noted, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
No more, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next is Asia Prime Commodities Corporation, Aaron Seva. Asia Prime.
Asia Prime, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, sir. Sir, relay ko lang din po sa question nila is ASX. Kapag kasi, sir, nag-offer kami ng high na specs po, sir, lumalaki rin po kasi yung ano niya, sir, mga dimension, yung mga sukat po. Is it possible, sir, yung dimension natin is minimum din po ba to, sir, o maximum?
Okay, once again, we will have to discuss that. Should we decide to grant your request and going minimum, we will have to issue a bid bulletin. So, abangan mo na lang, it should be granted, a bid bulletin will be issued. Kung wala, the specs will be retained, okay?
Apo. Sir, kasama na rin po doon yung noise level, sir, kasi pag tumataas din yung ano natin, sir. Yung noise level din niya, sir.
So, Secretariat, the weight, the dimensions, and the noise level, yun yung 3 requests na kung pwede gawing minimum. Any other questions?
None, sir. For technical specs, sir, wala po.
Okay. Ano, Secretariat?
Noise niya kasi daw. Weight, dimension, noise level.
Next one is Interworld Enterprises.
Interworld Enterprises.
Mr. Buendiaje.
Interworld, can you hear me? Interworld. Interworld.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. No. No questions, sir, with regards to the technical specifications. If there are any, I will be sending an email through the back office na lang po.
Okay, Madam Secretariat, when is the last day?
Thank you.
Interworld, hindi ba siya nag-attend?
Ako po, ma'am.
So the deadline for the submission of written queries is on Friday, March 18, 2024, until 5 p.m.
So the deadline is March 18, 2022 by 5 p.m. All interested bidders who wish to send queries by writing. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Para si Ryan, meron pa ba?
Okay, the last on the list we have E. Aglahi.
E. Aglahi.
Mr. Mendez.
Mr. Mendez, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. So far, no questions from our end.
Okay, no questions. Madam Secretariat?
For the information of the prospective bidders, the deadline for the submission of bids for the air purifiers is on March 29, 2022. The deadline for submission of the documents is at 9 a.m. The opening of bids is at 10 a.m. March 29, 2022.
Okay, prospective bidders. The deadline for submission, March 29, 2022 by 9 a.m. Opening is at 10 a.m. Same day.
Nagtataas ng kamay si ASF.
Okay. Sir, may pahabol kayo?
Yes, sir.
What's
Yeah,
your
good
question?
afternoon, Ronald Dasha from ASX Trading. Yeah, regarding on the submission, can we submit e-copy of the bid documents?
No, as of now, hard copy ang submission. Hardbound book, copy labeled with index stamps, 2 separate envelopes, the technical and the financial. 1 original, 6 photocopies.
Okay. Sir, maybe ask then one favor, because if we buy a bid documents, can we get a word copy of the whole tender documents?
We don't provide that, so you'll have to retype it.
So we will retype it again, the whole documents.
Yes,
Okay, then one more.
Or you get the soft copy converted. The soft copy is posted.
Yeah, it's I have it already, but when I convert it into Word, is it pictures? It's pictures or it's pictures. So I cannot retype it.
Yung pwede mong gawin yung sa iPhone, picturean mo, tapos gamitin mo yung grab text.
Okay, sir. Then one more thing, sir, on the technical specification, doon sa bid form, doon sa technical compliance, Sir,
Okay.
do we have to put on the right side comply, or we just going to put a comply then sign it?
Technical working group.
So, indicate the word comply and
Doon sa technical compliance po.
Okay. So each and every spec, they have to say they will comply, correct?
yes, sir.
Okay. So sa table na yon, you have to put comply, and then hahanapin ng technical working group yung supporting documents, which is the brochure.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So kailangan nyo talaga ilalagay na comply.
Per item.
Oh,
Per item.
okay, sir. So is it okay if we make a handwritten na lang po? We're just going to Xerox it in handwritten, so, put comply.
Okay lang ba handwritten?
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
All on the bid form, sir. Can we just write handwritten and sign it? Is that okay?
Okay lang ba?
Yes, sir. Basta yung
Yung risk lang yan, sigurado nyo lang legible, kasi kung hindi nila mabasa, baka mahirapan sila pag-evaluate.
and pag may correction, sir, kailangan nilang initial lang.
Okay. And if there are corrections, you need to initial the corrections. Hindi lang
Noted, sir.
Okay?
Noted,
Yun lang.
sir. So if we're going to buy the tender documents, we have to go to your office?
Yes.
Yes.
Kasi hard copy yung ibig.
Noted, sir.
Okay. Fully
Thank you very
vaccinated.
much.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Pang-apat na po.
Pang-apat na ba? Sulit na sulit. Okay,
Oo,
any
sir.
other question?
Na-boost na, na-boosted pa. Boosted
Okay.
pa, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, good afternoon. Again, Jonah from Pacific Office Solutions. Sir, with regards to the yes, sir, with regards to the TOR in page 33 po, yung sa similar contract, kasi sir,
Yes.
the similar contract is procurement of supply and delivery of air purifiers or medical and clinic equipment. Sir,
Yes.
can I recommend po if we can add office equipment?
Okay. This is our second time, and may nag-request din sa amin nung una. Medyo malayo
Yes.
kasi yung office equipment sa type of equipment ng air purifier. Mas nakadikit siya sa mga medical supplies. So, na-debate na din namin dati yan. We won't allow na office equipment as basis for the SLCC.
Okay, sir. Kasi based on our experience kasi especially COVID just started 2020. So
Air purifier din. And medical
Okay.
supplies. So it's not unduly restrictive.
so yun sir, it's for us kasi sir, we cannot comply with this if ever po kasi with the medical equipment because we are not a medical equipment company.
Air purifier.
Air purifiers, wala kayong kontrata.
Meron po kami right now but it's still ongoing, so hindi pa siya SLCC, hindi pa siya completed.
Okay. Sige.
So that's our one of our concern.
You made the request, we will once again discuss that afterwards. Pero yun nga, I'm just saying during phase 1, na-discuss yun. Pero well, we'll see kung
Yes, sir. Actually, we have joined also your phase 1, sir, in the pre-bid. So yeah.
Kayo ata
Okay,
nag-request
thank
din.
you po. Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nagkas ulit, nagkas ka pa si Asia Prime. Yes.
Ay, sir, good afternoon po. Sir, ask lang po sa preparation po ng BDocs. Yung BDocs po ba natin, sir, kailangan po ba hardbound pa rin po ba? Katulad ng dati or hindi na po?
Pre-labeled with index tab. Requirement talaga yan.
Dapat, sir, naka-hardbound pa rin po.
Madi-disqualify lang.
If you don't do it hardbound, automatically disqualified yan. Hindi na namin i-evaluate yung laman doon.
Okay, sir. Sige po.
Sample.
Hindi, alam mo.
Sir, clarify ko lang, sir, no, isang original tapos 6 na copies po.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Sige po.
Okay? Huling hirit. May tanong, okay, may nagtaas ulit na pa.
ASX.
Sir, sorry, one more last question, sir.
Okay.
When do you need the sample? Kailangan ko or brochure lang. Brochure will be okay.
Huh? No sample. Brochure lang, no sample.
Okay. So the post-qual will be held in our office? We're going to conduct.
Pupunta ka pa ito sa office natin. Post call held in the head office.
So you're not going to our office?
Hindi. Mas takot kaming lumabas kaysa kayo pumunta.
Okay. Kasi sir, yung office namin is punong-puno ng air purifier and you will be sure 100% air clean to.
Okay, I will raise the matter with the technical working group should kayo ang air purifier, kayo ipopost ka. Okay?
Actually sir, punong-puno.
Nakaba? Sabi sa akin, kailangan daw i-on yung air purifier para dumana.
Ayan sir, naka-on yung air purifier namin sir.
Okay, biro lang. Okay, we know your, well, that's down the line pa naman. As of now, i-require ng technical working group na pumunta yung ipopost pa sa head office. We'll see down the line kung magbago yung requirements nila. Okay, any other questions?
Noted sir, thank you.
Pacific Sun?
Yes, Pacific.
Sun.
Sir, ask ko lang po kung pwede po kami mag-request ng aggregate na SLCC.
Aggregate kasi, kailangan may market study na walang magko-comply. As of now, wala kaming gano'n. So, required talaga SLCC.
Okay. Sige, sir. Magsulat na lang din po ako ng letter ko, sir, regarding po doon if ever po.
Okay.
Salamat po.
Thank you. Any other questions? Makikita mo ba kung bakit na kailangan mo makita lahat dahil baka may nagtatasa kami na
Pacific Sun. Yun lang eh.
Sir, good afternoon po.
Yes.
Hello. Sir, Pia po, Pacific Office. Sir, I would just like to to suggest sana dito po sa other requirements natin. Since naman po, 'di ba po, ang objective natin is the COVID prevention po. Should it be possible po kaya or I want to recommend na magkaroon po ng efficacy yung air purifier.
Efficacy?
Yes po. I mean, yun po, yung mga supplier po, mag-comply po with the efficacy of their air purifier po, with the international and local clinical studies, para po to make sure na the air purifiers po na binibenta nila is talaga pong effective.
Sige, we note your request. Kailangan namin pag-usapan uli yan kasi that will necessitate a amendment at TOR. Okay? So,
yes.
Should we request, ganun din, we will issue a bid bulletin. Kung walang bid bulletin, we will retain what is provided for under TOR. Okay?
Yes, sir. As well as with the sir, the bidders po. Dapat po yung mga bidders po, they have their certificate na nagsasabi po na sila po is allowed or kumbaga allowed po sila na mag-distribute ng products. Parang manufacturing certificate po. Yun po. Saka sir, last na lang po. Yung regarding po dun sir sa yung regarding po dun sa SLCC, actually po last time din po sumali po kami. Sir, hindi po ba possible na kumbaga bigyan siya ng i-consider siya kasi yung pandemic kasi nag-start siya ng 2020 po. Halos doon lang po siya nag-booms. With our experience po, we won a bid from big agencies in the Philippines. Pero po, majority po kasi ng mga requirements nila, mabilisan po. So, hindi po siya dumaan talaga ng bid. Like, more or less, minamadali nila, hindi siya dumaan mga 900,000 po, ganyan. Pero these are all big agencies po. Hindi po kaya pwedeng ma-consider kasi since as Ma'am Jonah mentioned earlier, we are business machines. So when the pandemic started, dun din po kami nag-start and we have a lot of list of government agencies na napanalunan din namin with regards to the air purifier. Sana po i-consider niyo po yung sa office equipment. Thank you so much po para mas maging competitive din po yung bidding niyo po. Salamat.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay na? Pwede patingin nung view na Okay, wala nakataas sa kamay. Thus ends the pre-bid conference for the air purifiers. The bidders who are not participating in the two other pre-bid conferences, you are now excused. Thank you for your interest.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Matakot kayo pag pumunta kayo, baka sa dami ng purifier, higupin na kayo.
Isa yung pinakita niyo gumagana, kaya naiwan nakabox.
Madami daw sila. Kaya para sa mga dami, higupin na yung mga bisita.
Okay, dual air, sasali ba yan sa...
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madam Secretary, next pre-bid.
Dual ear.
For the surface treatment of metal wood at the PPAS office motor pool building. The project was posted on the PPAS Project's website on March 5, 2022 with an approved budget for the contract of 15 million pesos.
Okay.
But we have one prospective bidder, and that is Enicon Philippines Incorporated, represented by Mr. Jeren Tiglaw.
Enigma.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon. Do you have any questions?
Ano lang, sir, ask ko lang kung ano, yung thickness nung insulation na ilalagay kung ilang mm po.
Anong tanong?
Thickness.
The thickness of insulation, sir, kung ilang mm po yung required po. Po? Ay, excuse me.
One inch. Ano
1 inch po.
So 1 inch, Enicon.
Ay, sir. Noted po.
Any other questions?
Wala na po.
Okay,
Okay.
for the information of the prospective bidder for the metal wood, the submission and opening of bids is on March 29, 2022. The deadline for submission is at 1 p.m. The opening of bids is at 2 p.m. March 29, 2022.
Okay, thank you. This ends the pre-bid conference for the surface treatment of metal roof at the BPA head office motor pool building. The first bidder is excused. Sir, may pahabol? Enicon?
Wala na po. Sige, sir. Thank you po. Okay na po.
Interest. He is excused if he is not participating in the last pre-bid conference. Madam Secretary?
Okay, for the next project. For the supply, delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of air conditioning units for port management offices, the project was posted on the PPA and Projects website on March 8, 2022, with an approved budget for the contract of 90 million pesos.
Okay.
The first on the list of prospective bidders, Trademaster Resources Corporation.
Trademaster.
Mr. Melvin Sabala.
Trademaster, can you hear me?
Good afternoon po. Melvin Sabala from Trademaster Resources Corporation.
Turn on your camera. Thank you. Do you have any questions for us?
We just a letter, sir, for some clarifications. As of now, we haven't by bidding documents pa po kasi.
Okay. Madam Secretary?
The deadline for the submission of your written queries is on March 18, 2022 until 5 p.m.
Okay, the deadline for written queries is Friday, March 18, 2022 by 5 p.m. Did you get that?
Noted, sir. Noted po.
Thank you. Madam Secretary?
Next is MCX International Incorporated. Okay. Dual Air Incorporated.
Dual Air.
I.B. Guzman, Nawala siya.
Nawala siya.
Nawala.
Angel Jose.
PM
Oh, PPA.
Philippines Incorporated.
Sino yan?
ACMI.
ACMI, can you hear me? ACMI. Who's the representative?
Miss Rosemary de la Cruz.
Miss De La Cruz.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you, yes, can you turn your camera?
Sir, may problema yung camera ko eh.
Okay, may tanong ba kayo?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
FMG Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Services.
FMG, can you hear me?
Mr. Campania.
Mr. Campania.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. This is
Afternoon.
Christopher Campania of FMG Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Services.
Yes, sir. Do you have any questions?
We have no question, Mr. Chair. No question.
The last on the list, Innova Light Incorporated.
Innova Light, can you hear me?
Miss Castillo Christine.
Innova Light, can you hear me? Innova Light? Innova Light? Innova Light.
Hello sir, good afternoon po.
Afternoon, can you turn on your camera? Okay, do you have any questions for us?
Regarding lang sir dun sa nakita ko kasi sir dun sa bid data sheet po.
Okay.
Yung submission po is hardbound. Meaning po hindi po acceptable yung naka-folder lang siya and naka-fastener, ganun po.
It has to be hardbound, bookbound, properly labeled. Mahirap kasi yung naka-fastener lang. The requirement na bookbound, hardbound is para hindi masabi na may tinanggal and hindi din basta-basta may madadagdagan ng document.
So kailangan sir naka-bookbound po siya, ganun po.
With index tab. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Wala na po, sir.
May dalawa na nag-signify ng interest. Yung isa, dati andyan yung dual air na wala. Yung isa,
MCX International.
May number ba? Nasabi? Hindi sumasagot? Yung dual, ha? Umuha lang siya pero hindi naman pumasok. Okay. Yung dual air, wala siya sa waiting room ba yun? Wala? Okay. Para lang kasi andyan siya kanina. Can you try calling? Tapos while we're waiting, may isang hindi na tanong, si Josephine Napierre. Do you have any questions for us?
None, Mr. Chair. Parang pagod na pagod ka na, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sigurado siya magtatanong walang aircon yung CSD dito kasi
Angeliose 6.
Yung of PPA, Angeliose.
Dual air. Ano kaya ano dual air? Yung isang window malamig, yung isang window mainit. Kasi dual air. Water dispenser.
Yung isa cold kasi isa.
Ang giniginaw ka, no? Pwede ka. Parang water dispenser.
Ayun, nangyari sa akin, nasira sa sakyan ko, sumasabay yung hot air sa airwatch. Parang nabutas yung ewan ko. Lumalabas hot air and airwatch. problema, hindi maayos yung mix. Ramdam ko talaga yung init.
Yung dati namin sasakyan dito dahil sa dito.
Pinapatawagan ko lang dual air kasi doon sa kanina.
Naging ganyan yung sasakyan namin ng Uteo dati.
Tinawagan, okay, pero sino pumapasok? Ano? Mag-join daw? Baka naman wala siyang tanong.
Baka naman pagka-join. No question. Pinag-join pa. Tanongin na lang kung may tanong. Dati sasakyan sir nandito. Yung aircon niya, pagka natamaan ng paa mong ganun, passenger ka, din lang oon.
Ayun, tawag kickstart.
Ay, gumalaw yata ako. Kanita kayong driver, si ano, bakit ang aircon? Eh, nahagip yata ganun pa ako.
Ayan na.
Ganyan pala ng paa yun.
Yan yun, dual air yan? Dual air ba to?
Ay, businessman.
Okay, welcome back, dual air. Ms. Guzman, do you have any questions for us? Can you hear me?
Hi, sir. No more questions, sir.
Thank you.
For the information of the prospective bidders, please, the submission and opening of bids for the air conditioning units is on March 30, 2022. The deadline for submission is at 9 a.m. The opening of bids is at 10 a.m. March 30, 2022.
Okay, once again, the submission and opening is on March 30, 2022. The deadline for submission is 9 a.m. Opening is at 10 a.m. Okay? That ends the pre-bid conference for the air conditioning units. Perhaps do you have anything else?
None.
There being none, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's
Thank you, sir.
Hello, are you ready?
Thank you, sir.
Pag-uusapan na pa natin